is Alex Murphy. I am recently 27 years old. I'm from Northern Virginia, Fairfax, Virginia, born and raised there. I spent some time in Charlottesville for my undergraduate degree at UVA. And then I went home for a little bit, and then for PT school I ended up in Richmond, Virginia, and have been here ever since. So I started dancing when I was like 3 years old. I started a really small studio in Fairfax. It was primarily ballet focused, so I trained a lot in ballet, started doing like a little modern jazz in like late elementary school, and then in high school I started going to some like summer intensives, so intense like audition processes, but I got to go to Boston Ballet for 5 weeks and train. That was my first summer program, and then University of North Carolina School of the Arts for 4 weeks. And then the summer after that, I went to the Virginia Governor's School for dance. And then also that summer, right after that, went to New York for a week and got to do the Rockette Summer Intensive. And then that was kind of it for extensive training. But my junior and senior year, I ended up switching studios to Metropolitan School of the Arts in like Kingstown area, Alexandria area, Northern Virginia, which was one of the best things that ever happened for me in terms of my like dance career. I really flourished there, and there I got to experience a lot more into like the jazz contemporary world, which is definitely like where I found my place, fell in love. Did a little bit of hip hop, but not a lot. Also had the honor of being co-president with one of my best friends, and also had two of my best friends as vice presidents for my last year as well. And it was an honor to help lead such talented dancers and be able to put on such fun productions. I was dancing up until like spring of 2022. And that's when I started to notice that I was going through some changes in my like physical capabilities. It sounds kind of weird, but basically like I just had this like sudden onset of like muscular weakness, which sounds super vague and subjective and weird, but like as a physical therapist, I'm a pretty active person. I also am an Orange Theory coach, and I could tell in my workouts, like I was holding like 50-pound dumbbells to lift, like deadlift, and all of a sudden I couldn't hold like more than like 15 pounds with my hands, like over the course of like days. And I wrote it off for a while and tried to ignore it, and actually at that same time was preparing to do a solo for the Fan Dance Company's spring show, and noticed that a lot of the things that I would typically do with dance or choreography was like becoming hard to do, like getting off the floor, like transitioning on and off the floor, even trying to get up onto releve for turns. And I was like, man, like I know I'm getting older, but like this shouldn't be that hard at this point in time. But I kept a lot of it to myself, but it kind of got progressively worse. I started noticing it like the beginning of April. My performance in May, I had to completely revamp what I thought I was going to do because I couldn't do it. Like I physically could not. And even if you watch the videos from it, there's times where I like go to try and jump and I like can't leave the floor, or like getting off the floor looks like a struggle, and it's because it was. So I knew after that performance that like something was really wrong. That day I like watched the videos and I kind of thought to myself like, this might be the last time you dance. And that was really hard, but I was very fortunate in that I eventually like got the help and care that I needed and got diagnosed with my autoimmune disease, however you want to say it, which is CIDP, chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy. So basically my immune system attacks my nerves. It registers them as something foreign and tries to protect me, but in actuality it's hurting me. If you've ever heard of MS, like multiple sclerosis, so that attacks like your brain and spinal cord, whereas mine attacks like my nerves in my arms and legs. Which is why like things like pointing my feet or holding were the most challenging with the initial onset. After diagnosis, I actually had to like wait like 20 days like knowing what was wrong with me, but not actually getting to get treatment. So that's kind of where I hit my like lowest of lows. At that point in time, I could barely walk. I had had a few falls where like my legs just like gave out on me. I had to stop my full-time clinical for like a month because I like couldn't type by the end of the day. I couldn't keep up with patients, like trying to walk patients because I was as much of a falling hazard as they were. And so a lot of the things that I had were part of like who I am were like taken away from me in terms of dance and also the career that I had anticipated for years of trying to do. I had to have like my parents and partner at the time like basically like do everything for me. I couldn't cook or clean, take care of myself. Like they would have to fold my laundry. Couldn't even start the like actual like laundry machine because you had to pull it. It was so pitiful, but they were really amazing during that time and kept me going, kept me looking forward and positive. So that was by June of 2022 is when I had my first infusion. So basically I have to go like every couple weeks and I have to get what's called IVIG infused into me. And it's a pretty lengthy process. It takes 4 to 5 hours every single time. By like July of 2023, I was like, you know, I'm feeling good and I really miss dance. So that was when I reached out to a friend of mine from Orange Theory, and he suggested Richmond Urban Dance to me, and I was so excited but so nervous. So my first class was in July. I took a heels class and I had like the best time ever. Everyone was so nice and welcoming and fun. The fun part of having an autoimmune disease is no one knows. Like people know things, but they don't really know much about it, especially mine. It's very like under-researched, and like there is something kind of beautiful about it though too, because I've been able to connect with patients. Like I have worked with people who have had like spinal cord injuries or other issues, and they get really defeated and they're like, I don't think I can ever do, or I don't think I'll ever feel normal again, or I don't think I can do this again. And I can like actually look at them and be like, hey, like I've been there. Like I know what it's like to like feel lost and feel hopeless about things, and like it is possible to get better. I think for me, like the biggest thing I have, like it's important to remember is that it's a gift dance. Like not everyone gets to have that gift. So you should enjoy having such a beautiful, precious thing. Whew. Another thing that like I say a lot as like in my coach voice at Orange Theory is like, you don't have to work out, you get to work out. And so like, there's a day where like you don't want to like go to dance, like it doesn't sound fun, like instead of being like, oh, I have to go to dance, like remind yourself like I get to go to dance, because not everyone gets that privilege. And there's not just me as a dancer who's had this issue. There's lots of dancers who have gone through things, car accidents, other like, you know, hypermobility disorders, who have had to like change and alter the way that they're able to continue their craft. So, you know, if you don't have anything limiting you, like take full advantage of that and like do the best you can within your capabilities. At that point, it would have been like a year and a half ago, like couldn't walk. And now I'm dancing like 2 miles for what, 3 hours? It was a long time. Like I'm able to do that, which is a blessing, a miracle, and like a lot of people with what I have aren't able to do that. So I know like how fortunate I am given the realities of what many people deal with their prognosis. There's just something different about people who also do what you love to do. You guys just understand and get each other like way better than anyone else could. I miss a lot of my dance friends from both my studios growing up, so finding new friends who I get to dance with and create with and collaborate with has been awesome. I think too, for me, it's hard being an adult sometimes, and making friendships in the adult world is not easy. I'm very fortunate to have other communities that I've gotten to meet people in too, but you know, I definitely came here at a point in my life where I was recently like single and like was trying to refigure out my life and fall in love with myself again, and this has also helped a lot with that journey and like me refinding my confidence, my strength, and doing it with like the biggest supporters too. Everyone here is just so uplifting and makes you feel so special and unique and worthy. So that's been really amazing too.